I'm appalled at how little attention we pay to pollinators. Where do we think the food comes from? But we just kill the bugs. I got personally involved in 1979 when the question came up about where the heck do the monarch butterflies go when they leave in the fall. In 1974, science found that they go down in the volcanic belt west of Mexico City, and they wouldn't tell anybody where. But Paul Spitzer, who was an ornithologist, one of the people that Tory Petersn helped a lot, he wanted to know if they go down there in such masses as they're said to do, all of a sudden now here's a food supply, a big, huge, inexhaustible food supply. What takes advantage of that? Something in nature will. So what? Well, we know, everybody said, it won't be birds that eat them, because we have blue jay experiments up in Cornell, and a blue jay eats a monarch butterfly and throws up, because the monarch butterfly eats milkweed plant, and there are cardiac glycosides in that, and it infects their body enough so that if you eat it, you're going to throw up. So rule out birds. Well, what else would it be? We went down there to find out in 1979 and had to find the place on our own. We got maps out and looked at the description of the areas and so forth. We found them, and we set out on a metric system grid posts in a random area and smeared peanut butter on all of them. If anything that's in the way of rodents around is sure going to eat the peanut butter. Well, we were there for about 3 weeks and never saw a tooth mark in anything. It isn't that. There were millions and millions of butterflies, and a lot of them dead on the ground, one of which had a number on a tag on the wing. I picked it up and sent it back to Urquhart in Toronto, and he wrote back and told me that butterfly was tagged near Hawk Mountain in Pennsylvania. It had made the trip all the way down. Others were there by the millions. We studied them for about 3 weeks and found out that they were going to, being all together, start mating in about February. And this goes on until it's safe to head north again, where they can get into bad weather. The butterflies then eat milkweed, pollinate all sorts of things, but they lay eggs only on the milkweed plants as they go north. And some of them make it back up there. Not all the way, but along the way they planted a whole lot of eggs. They in turn develop and go north, build up that population again. And for 3, 4, 5, I don't know how many, differing I suppose, generations, they don't think about migration at all. The 5th generation on, what does it know about what the experience is? Where's the place that they should go? I don't know. I haven't heard anybody explain it. But the 5th generation, if that's the one, comes out and starts exercising. Never a thought about mating. This group is going to go. Mating comes on the way back. It's some kind of a system. And we found it as remarkable as it could be that that whole thing was taking place under our noses. The Indians have known about them for years. But now industry has come down there, logging, cutting down the trees, and the big Oyamels are where the butterflies are. And you have to build terrible roads through the places to try to get at. They're 10,000-foot altitude, and it's rough country. And they're going commercial. And so what's happening? We found the answer to our question. Birds do take advantage of all that easy living. They come in early in the morning. A bird's eyes are very sensitive to motion. Any motion, bing, leave, don't question, don't think about it, beat it. Something's wrong. That ought to be the way they go. But these butterflies are dormant. Their wings are locked back, absolutely motionless. The degrees are down around 35, 37 degrees. 32 they can handle, 31 they can't. They have to be high, near water, and so forth. We studied them for quite a while and finally saw some birds come in early in the morning before the wings started moving. No motion, everything is absolutely still. So a bird is not alarmed, and it'll come in. Here's these butterflies. You hop along a branch, bite one on the wing, get another, bite it on the wing, bite another. Oh, this one's all right. Peel off the abdomen, let the rest float down. Finally, we located where they were going when they were doing that, up above, by this spiraling down of the wings. And we found about 7 species and subspecies of birds that were coming in there early in the morning, sampling, and not being disturbed by any motion, nothing else happening. Then as the butterflies start opening up their wings and moving, leave too much motion. So birds do it. Well, why do birds throw up in the States? Because there are 105 different species of cardiac glycosides in the milkweed. Some are more, some are less. Well, sample. Find one that's less that you think you can handle. Leave the others alone. We found what we wanted, but we also discovered logging trucks starting to come around. And rickety, terrible roads, shifting loads, dangerous, but they were starting to clear out lumber. That's what outrages me, is people realizing that this is probably the most remarkable migration in the world. Of all the migrators there are, I don't know of any that match that poor little butterfly flying 2,000-3,000 miles. I found one at least 2,000, probably more. Why don't we learn something from that? But no, we got to make money. Sustainability, not good. Prognosis, poor. Wake up.